Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Startup Sense podcast. This is your host, Jonah Lupton. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have another great episode, which we'll get to in a second. First, once again, I just want to make sure that you are subscribed on iTunes and Google Play. That way you never miss an episode. And then also, if you get around to it, feel free to shoot me an email at jonahlupton@gmail.com and let me know why you listen to the show. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so our guest today is Ricardo Ibarra. He is the solo founder of a company called Auctio. The website is auctioleads.com. So he's based in New York, where technically the company is also headquartered, but they also have operations down in Colombia, which is where a lot of their technical talent is. We'll talk about that in a second. Company's raised about a $500,000 seed round, about 7 people right now in the company. And what they essentially do is help businesses generate more revenue from their referrals. So let's welcome Ricardo to the show. Ricardo, how are you?
Good, Jonah. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for taking some time to join us today. So, first of all, did I pronounce the name of your company correctly? Is it Auctio?
You did, yes.
Okay, cool. And what did you guys do?
So as you mentioned, we do referral marketing for B2B companies. So if you think about referrals, we can all agree that referrals are the best leads for a business, but most companies do not have a process in place to monetize that channel, and that's where we come in.
Okay. So you guys built this product from scratch, right?
That's correct, exactly.
Okay. And are you guys technically considered a SaaS company?
We do, yes.
Okay. So you built this software for businesses. Now, how do they start using it? How does it work exactly?
So the way it works, a company would set up an account with Auctio, and they can create a program, right? So it's 3 simple steps. You create a program, you invite your referral partners to participate, and then you start tracking and generating revenue from those referrals. And for B2B companies, the one thing that I will add is that obviously most B2B companies have a CRM. So we also have a CRM integration. We don't want to replace your lead gen management process.
Okay. So, I'm just trying to think this through. So generate more revenue from referrals. So these referrals that are already coming from existing clients, or are these, I guess they would have to be, right, in order to be a referral. But how does it work? Like, maybe give me an example of one of your clients and how they use it.
Yep. So great question. So yes, and you just hit the nail on the head. So if you think about it, a company, in order for them to use our software, ideally they have active referral partners, right? Because what we're trying to do is reduce the friction and make it easier for companies to manage this marketing strategy. So just like you described it, the way it would work is once you set up a campaign or a program, then companies invite referral partners to participate. Now we can get a little more tactical. So what is a referral partner? Because that's what's interesting for B2B. You have multiple sources of referrals. So it could be existing clients. You could have either you can have cross-selling, or you can incentivize your own employees to submit referrals in a business. For some reason, we only incentivize our salespeople. And as you grow your sales team, you create silos within sales teams as well, and they compete with each other. And also, companies have strategic partners and resellers. So those are the 3-4 examples that I could give you. And then that's part of our added value, that through our same dashboard and platform, you can actually manage different programs with different incentives. So now let me give you a quick example. So let's assume a company A has a partner, company B, right? Or has an external contact that has a lot of contacts in their addressable market. What would happen is either whoever is managing the referral program registers the referral on behalf of the partner once the warm introduction is made, or your referral partner logs into Auctio, into that specific program, and says, "Hey, Jonna, yeah, I think you should talk to Ricardo. Here's his contact information. I'm happy to make an introduction," and he clicks submit. So once the referral is submitted, then think of it as Salesforce. You register an opportunity, you either accept it or reject it, and you can also then push the referral as a lead into your CRM.
Okay.
So let me just pause there, and happy to drill down a little bit more.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I was just, I wanted to tell you that makes sense. Now, yeah, definitely drill down. Keep going. Give us as much detail as you can.
Yeah. So if you think about then the sales process, then what's really cool is that you can either assign the referral to the right rep within Auctio, and then we start automating notification. Or you can or once you create the lead in Salesforce or in your CRM, then you can assign it to the rep in your CRM. The integration that we do with CRMs is bidirectional. Again, because what we're trying to do is make it easy for your referral partners to trust your program, submit more referrals, and understand what's happening with the opportunities that they have already registered. So when you set up the bidirectional sync with your CRM, then your rep doesn't have to do anything, right? They continue to work on the opportunity, and once the deal closes, or when the deal closes, or when you update the status or you update the deal value, we update that information in Auctio and we trigger notifications to your referral partners. Because that's one of the challenges that a lot of companies have, or a lot of individuals have when it comes to referral marketing. Either they don't update their referral partners, they don't let them know what's going on, and then referral partners can track and lose trust in the process, and then therefore they don't engage or forget about your referral programs.
So what types of incentives are the most common, with the clients that you're working with? Is it typically cash incentives?
Yep. So what we do is we give you a lot of flexibility in terms of the type of incentives that you can offer, and you want to think of it from a couple different ways. One, you want to incentivize referral partners to participate, right? And also you have to think about which kind of referral program we're running. But let's talk about the incentives first. So first, companies tend to incentivize people for participating. If you submit a referral, or if we accept the referral, you can get a gift card, right? $50 or whatever, depending on the company, right? And depending on the program.
Right.
The second one is you want to increase the quality. In referral marketing, it's not so much about volume, but about quality. You want to improve the quality. So what we recommend is for you to do a performance component. So if the deal closes, right, you get a percentage of the deal, right? 1%, 2%, 5%. It varies between industries. And then the third one, which is really interesting, especially when it comes for employees and when you're doing cross-selling and referral marketing inside a large organization, you want to add gamification. So whoever submits the most referrals in the quarter or for the year wins something, right? So those are the three types. Those are the three types of incentives. Now, side note, for certain referral partners, that is more, so especially when it comes to partnerships and not so much resellers, the fact that our programs are bidirectional, we see those programs perform really well. So there's no cash component, there's no incentive, but the incentive is that, Jonah, I'm going to send you business and you're going to send me business, right? And we're both going to grow and help each other because your clients need my services and my clients need your services. So those are very, those work really well, and there's no incentive involved. They just use our software to track and register all the opportunities.
Okay, makes sense. Okay. Now, talk to us about how did you? Oh crap! I'm hearing an echo now. That's weird. I've never heard that before. Okay, it just went away for some reason. That was strange. Okay, I'll just edit that out. Talk to us about when you started this company. What year was it? It was 2014, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. So what was the kind of the first step for you? Was it did you start to build the first version yourself? Did you hire engineers? Did you raise capital?
So I was lucky that I found an engineer that really understood what we were doing. He was passionate about developing those solutions. So he helped me build a functional website. He didn't have a back end. So instead of putting together a deck, I built a functional website, and that was my presentations. That's what I used to start raising our angel round. In order to get us up and running. So I took a different approach than what most people do. And the reason why I did it that way as well is because I have 15 years of business development sales experience, and I've seen this problem in every company that I work for. And I was able to validate the problem that we're solving and how to deliver a solution, because obviously I would have been a user of our software in the companies that I used to work, right? So, and I had a lot of conversations before I decided to jump in and do this full time.
Now, when did you guys raise the capital? How much traction did you have at that point?
So we had no traction, right? So we didn't have a product, we didn't have clients. So that's the reason why I felt that it was more about the story that we were telling, the problem that we were solving, and my background and knowledge in the space.
Okay. And so what were you doing before this?
So I've been doing biz dev and sales for tech companies. And the last company that I work for is a company called Order Groove. It's a white label solution for subscription commerce for e-commerce websites.
And now, there are other types of referral marketing programs out there. So what makes you guys different from some of them, or what unique features, do you guys bring to the table that maybe some of the other ones don't?
Yeah, that's a great question. So if you look at the competitive landscape, the way I like to describe it is on one end on the spectrum, you have the tell a friend widgets, right? But
Right.
that's more for B2C, but it does work for some SaaS company, right? Those are the ones that have the link tracking, like affiliate marketing, and they do the e-commerce integration, right? So that's one end of the spectrum, and you have companies like Ambassador and Extol that do that, right? On
Right.
the other end of the then you have very technical sales process, right? And you have resellers and channel partner portals that need LMS, and you need to train reps, right? But if you think about the B2B landscape, most companies don't need a PRM, and then most companies cannot use a tell-a-friend widget, right? So that's the gap in the marketplace. And then if you think of, and then if you build something from the referral partner point of view, most companies, what they're doing is building a silo. They put something on their website in order for their referral partners to register opportunities only for their company. But most referral partners submit referrals to multiple companies. So we are the only ones thinking about a market network effect and allowing referral partners and companies to manage multiple programs through the same interface. And that's a part that I think is very powerful and that is unique to our solution.
Gotcha. Okay. So a lot of the companies that I bring onto my show are SaaS companies. A lot of them are B2B. So say they wanted to get involved with your company. So they would sign up and say, I wanted to be one of their referral partners. How would how do I generate referrals for them? Like, where am I putting some sort of a capture form on my website, or are they setting up a specific landing page for me, where I can, send any referrals to and have them fill out the form, and then that form goes directly to, to the business? Like, how does it work? Where's the information get picked up?
Exactly. So there's a couple different ways. So we have an option with this is 100% low touch. We provide you a public subdomain that you can use, right? But it's not branded. It would be your company name at auctio.com, for example. And what's interesting about that option is that you don't have to do anything in order for you to test a referral marketing strategy, right? For companies that already have programs and they know it works, and what they want to do is reduce friction for the users, then what we do is we come in and we want to understand the flow. Where do we want to create more awareness and capture the information? Suppose you just mentioned a few, right? So for one example is they can embed our referral form on their marketing site, wherever they're capturing their referrals, right? Or partner program, right? So that's one way. That's one way to do it. The second way that they can do is they can actually embed the submit a referral button inside their app, right? And then we can start the flow from there. And then the third one for your heavy users or for your heavy referral partners, you definitely want them to log in and get the full experience, and you want them to be inside the Auctio and inside your inside the Auctio environment in order for you to stay top of mind and continue to make referrals. And there's a couple different things that we can do in order to increase the number of referrals you get. So we're also trying to do matching, right? So for example, a company doesn't just set up a program, but they also say, hey, these are the top 100 companies that we want to sell to, right? And then what referral partners can do is they can actually log in and then add their contacts into Auctio. And a simple way to do it is they can download their CSV file from LinkedIn and upload it into Auctio, and then we match the referral partners' contacts with the target companies' programs, and then we get them to make introductions. So that's the other way where not only we're making it easier for companies to generate more referrals, but we're also helping referral partners to monetize their contacts as well.
This is Jonah Lupton, founder of Jewel and host of the Startup Sense podcast. At Jewel, we help entrepreneurs and startup founders build, launch, and grow their companies by providing superior technology, marketing, and consulting services. We help clients of all sizes, budgets, and industries. We put our clients in the best position to raise capital, grow revenues, hire employees, and maximize their profits. For more information or to set up a free consultation with our team, please visit our website at jool.net. That's JOOL.net. So you guys work with a lot of software companies or SaaS businesses. What percentage of their revenue do you think comes from referrals or should come from referrals?
And John, that's a great question. So we have companies with existing programs. Then what we're doing is trying to improve that percentage, anywhere between 15 and 20%. But there's other companies that rely heavily on referrals that generate 70, 80% of revenue from referrals. So it really depends. And obviously, for companies that generate a higher percentage of revenue from referrals, then what we're trying to do is to tackle the friction and just make it easier for companies to manage these programs.
So what types of businesses are generating more than 50% from referrals? Is there a specific
So
industry or, are they big, small? Maybe you can give us a little bit more light.
yeah, so right now we're focusing on three segments or three ICPs, right? The first one is B2B tech, right? The second one is professional services. So if you think about accounting, if you think about benefits, if you think about lawyers, right? You don't try to find a lawyer via Google, right? And then the third one is marketing, digital, and software development shops. Again, because they all tend to refer each other business, and there's only very few companies out there that are full services. So the last two are the ones that generate more than 50% of revenue from referrals.
Gotcha. Okay. It's funny because literally today I went on LinkedIn and I posted something saying that I'm looking for a new attorney, one of my businesses. Because I don't want to go to Google and type in attorney because I won't, that doesn't get me anything. I want to, I want to get referred to someone that someone in my network has already worked with before, so they can speak credibly about that person.
Exactly. And then that tends to happen, right? So if you think about that, so usually you would ask, an accountant, right? Or somebody that you already know, right? Or that you've done business with. Exactly. Because these are services that you need somebody to refer you, or that you trust, that has had a positive experience with that particular individual or company. Yeah. And if you think about it, Jonah, from your point of view, if somebody that you trust refers you, makes an intro to a lawyer, how comfortable are you going to be in terms of working with that lawyer?
Exactly. Much more comfortable than if I went and found them on Google by myself.
Exactly. So those are the type of industries that rely, again, heavily in terms of referrals, and it goes back to what we're now making full circle. So if you think about from a tactical point of view, lawyers are not going to offer incentives, right? But if one of your colleagues is an accountant or also works with this particular lawyer, guess what this lawyer is going to do? This lawyer is probably referring him or her business as well, right? And that's the whole power of nurturing, growing, and managing your network and your relationships. And we want to help people to do that.
So what's been your, customer acquisition strategy? Obviously you're helping people, helping businesses find, generate revenue through referrals. How do you guys generate your your revenue?
Right. So we did a couple of different. I think there was some echo there. So we're doing a couple of different things. So we're testing market. We have market-driven efforts, right? Because we want to allow any company, doesn't matter the size, to launch and manage referral programs with our platform. So our program, our platform starts at $50 a month, depending on the size of program that you're going to run. So in the market-driven efforts, we're doing, it's something, I'm actually at 500 startups right now. We were part of Batch 18 last year. And for us, it was a great experience because they forced us to do a lot of sales and marketing experiments. So the usual suspects, right? Google AdWords, display, and Facebook retargeting. So those are the type of experiments that we're running on the market-driven front, right? But we're B2B. So we also have a sales-driven effort, which is your typical, identifying, the top companies based on the ICPs, who's the buyer persona, testing language, the copy, value proposition, subject lines via email marketing and drip marketing campaigns. And then the last one, which is what you mentioned in your question, we use our own platform to generate referrals. So those are the three customer acquisition strategies. And by the way, and John, and that's something that our investors and company really love, because our program, we've shown success from day one. Our program was the first one that we launched, right? So we started seeing referrals from day one. So that made it really exciting in terms of not having to wait for a company to adopt our solution and to have a success story.
So you're welcome to share these numbers if you want. I'll ask them anyways. Some people feel comfortable talking about them. Some others don't. What do you think what do you think your customer acquisition cost is, and what do you think the lifetime value of a customer is?
Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, we're still running experiments, but I'm happy to. So last year we were doing tests, and we're only spending around $500 a month, just to give you an idea.
Okay.
So not a lot of money, and we're generating around 15, 20 leads per month, and then our average contract value is around 10K a year. So the unit economics is looking good for us, but we just need to figure out a way to make it consistent in order to build that lead gen engine as we scale our spend across both our sales driven efforts and our marketing driven efforts.
Awesome. Now, what's been the hardest thing for you as the founder of this company? Because you're a solo founder, right? Which brings its own unique challenges. Maybe you can first tell us why you decided to do this as a solo founder, and then tell us what some of the other challenges have been.
Right. So the first challenge that I had is that I had co-founder conflict, right? So I did have a technical co-founder at the beginning, but unfortunately things did not work out. After 6 months, we didn't have an MVP, so our platform wasn't ready. So that was the first challenge that we had. So that's the reason why I'm a solo founder now. Now, from a solo founder point of view, the challenge is that there's a million things to do every day, right? So it's just managing your time and being able to focus on what's urgent and important. Because I have to do fundraising, I have to do sales, I have to do account manager, I have to do a little bit of everything, right? So that has been the biggest challenge, especially now that we're scaling. I'm just having a hard time being able to deliver across the board on a daily basis.
Now, like I said in the intro, you're based in New York, but the most of your team, or at least the engineering people, are down in Colombia. Why is that? Why did you decide to hire engineers out of Colombia?
Yeah, so great question. So as you can tell from my accent, I'm not a New Yorker. I'm originally from Colombia, but this actually happened because I met one of our original investors at a networking event in New York. And they're an early stage fund and accelerator in Colombia called Social Atom Ventures. And what's really cool is that they help entrepreneurs that are trying to solve global problems, and they want to monetize in the US, but they want to leverage engineering talent in Latin America. So as a founder, obviously I need to make sure that I have a clear vision for the product in our company. I also need to make sure that I empower my team in order for them to be able to deliver on that mission. But I also need to manage cash flow, right? So from my point of view, there's different ways that you can do. You can either raise money, you can generate revenue to increase your ability to continue to test and grow, or you can manage your burn, right? So for us to be able to build an awesome team in Colombia and manage our burn rate, I think it was a very powerful combination.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, as we talked about before, I mean, there's talent down there, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper than talent in the U.S., right?
That's correct. Yes, and for me as well, is the fact that it's only 5 hours away, right? Same time zone. So that's the reason why I thought it was also very convenient. And they're based in Medellin, and Medellin is just a beautiful city. The weather is great, and the talent, the technical talent is incredible. There's good and bad developers everywhere, right? It's just like any other profession. It took us a while to build our team, but our team right now is solid.
And I mean, what is the supply of technical talent down there? Is that supply getting bigger, or is it getting smaller because more companies from the U.S. are recruiting from that area?
So a little bit of both, right? But then Medellin is one of those cities that they want to be the most innovative city in Latin America. So they're investing heavily, and they know that technical talent is going to be key for them to drive that growth. So there's a little bit of both. So even as there are more engineers, one of the challenges is that not a lot of engineers have experience with working with startups, which is a different challenge, right? The idea of building a software, a platform from scratch, so it just brings an additional level of complexity than having to just build features or pieces of products that have been already built. So there's some challenges around not just finding the right engineers, but for you to manage the process efficiently, right? But the fact that you can have a bigger team or a more qualified team at a lower cost helps you manage those challenges, and it gives you that additional runway in order for you to figure things out.
What do you think are the one or two most important traits to being a good founder of a tech startup?
Wow, great question. So I think you need to be really passionate about what you do, and you need to make sure that you can persevere, because it's hard. That's what I tell everybody. I always use the 2x rule, right? So it's going to take twice as long as you think it's going to take. You're going to need to raise twice as much money, and you're going to need twice as many, in terms of resources, you're going to need twice as many people as you think. And it's going to be twice as hard as you originally think, because obviously we're very optimistic. We're unique. Founders are unique, and we're taking a huge risk with imperfect information, right? And we're trying to make decisions and allocate resources with imperfect information on a daily basis. So you need to be comfortable with that as well.
And what do you think what's the most important thing that you learned coming through 500 startups?
So the one thing, and I think we talked about our sales and marketing experiments and focus on growth. What I thought it was really interesting is that we had some of the top growth hackers from Silicon Valley and some of the top companies that I'm not going to name any names, but you can imagine a few names. And one of the things that they came, what I thought it was really interesting is that whenever we had fire chats, there's a sign on the stage that says "No bullshit zone," which is what I love about 500. And everybody that comes in here tells things like it is, right? And customer acquisition growth, for all companies is hard, and there's no silver bullet. So the one thing that I think is important is for you to be able to commit to experiment and then let the data show you the way, right? And then there's no perfect channel, and you just need to continue to test and improve and iterate across all marketing channels. So that was the big one, is being focused on experimenting and testing and iterating fast in order for you to be able to improve and generate better results.
So I'll end on this question. What is your top business goal for 2017?
So we're in the process of raising our seed round, and we want to also build our team in New York. Obviously, the team in New York is going to be sales and marketing focused, and we might need a senior engineer in New York as well. But that's our goal, do our seed round and start building our team in New York for us to continue to grow.
So you guys have raised 500,000 so far. What do you plan on raising in this next round?
So because of our team and our cost structure, we're looking to raise a seed round of $1 million.
Okay, cool. And are you going to talk
and then obviously the goal there, sorry, Jana. So, and obviously the goal there is for us to do a clean Series A. So to get us to around 150 MRR
Gotcha.
in the next 18 months.
Yeah. And I mean, with the next seed round being about $1 million, that kind of puts you right between angels and, micro VC funds, or maybe even some small VC funds. So who are you planning to target, or is it all of that?
Exactly, all the above. So so usually in terms of strategy, you want to. So a few of the angels that participated in our angel round are going to participate in our seed round. We're talking to a few early stage B2B VCs, and then the other thing that I would mention, which I'm very interested in, is we also want a strategic corporate partner. So we're talking to a couple corporate venture funds as well.
Okay, interesting. And what would be your reasoning behind that, between having a corporate venture investor?
So it's part of the challenge and the opportunity in our space. If you look at the sales and marketing stack, it's consolidating, right? The idea that we need 4 or 5 things to do our jobs as sales and marketing professionals every day, I just don't think it makes sense, right? And the question that I get asked from investors all the time is like, why don't CRMs have a solution like Auctio, right? And they should, right? So for us to have one of those strategic partners that could potentially be part of our exit strategy, I think is critical, right? Not just from a exit strategy point of view, but from a sales and marketing point of view, because they already have a huge customer base that could use our software.
Okay, so when you say corporate partner, corporate venture investor, you'd be talking to someone like a Salesforce Ventures, so like a big CRM company.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if you meant like, I wasn't sure. I just wanted a little bit more clarity. So, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Right. I mean, someone like Salesforce, I mean, there's a lot of other CRMs out there. They're certainly the 800-pound gorilla in the space, though.
Right.
That's awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for being a guest on the show today. Really, really appreciate it. Sorry if we had some technical difficulties earlier today, but I think we got them sorted out. What is the best way to connect with you or the company online?
So you can visit our website, auctioleads.com, and my email is ricardo@auctioleads.com. Feel free to shoot me an email. Happy to help anybody that wants to monetize their referral marketing channel. And if you don't have a referral program or partner program, happy to help you and see and explore if this is a marketing strategy that should help your business.
Awesome. And you guys offer a 14-day free trial through the website, right?
That's correct. Yes.
Cool. Okay. What's the just out of curiosity, what's the conversion rate you think after that? Do you know those numbers? Like how many people convert to an actual paid plan?
So right now we're seeing your standard conversion across other B2B companies, so around 12%.
Okay.
So
That sounds
obviously
pretty
something that we want to improve. But so far so good.
Okay, cool. Well, look forward to staying in touch with you, man. And I got a couple of investor introductions I can make for you, and certainly hope things work out.
That's awesome, John. Thank you so much.
You got it, man. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.